Okay, so do not adjust your set. This really is vibrating the way it looks. And the reason for that is because I tried to build a thing, and it did not succeed, not in the way I planned it to. So if I just put my jetpack back on, uh, are we slightly rotating all the time? I mean, it looks like we are. Yeah, we are. Okay. Um, so I woke up from a nap with the idea, in order to get rid of, the last version of the Gherkin I built, I used cylindrical gravity generators in a line, and every time I go through, when I go duh, 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 there's like this flickery thing as I walk in the longitudinal direction along the ship. So I thought, I know, I'll use linear gravity generators to avoid that. And then I was like, well, I'll build them in a big old ring, so I've got 16, so it's nice and smooth. And then I was like, well, you know what? Make it even smoother if I spin it, right? And that was horrendous. So then I added a second ring going in the opposite direction, and yeah, that just made it just awful, just absolutely awful. Um, yeah, this I'm basically recording this as a note to myself because it's a failure. It's hard to describe how it's a failure in text form. So I'm just doing this note to show myself how bad it is and not to try it again. If I turn it down, I mean, you're getting the same thing, just less often. So it's slightly less horrendous. Are they moving in the same direction now? No, they're not. So the rotors are facing in opposite directions. So their RPMs are both positive, which makes it easy to adjust them both at the same time. The real solution here is to not spin them at all. And then if I'm not spinning them at all, there's no point in having two rings. I may as well just have one ring. Uh, the best possible place to put this would be, I guess, at the edges. I don't know. It's just does not. This just does not work at all. I think a line of cylindrical gravity generators in the middle is probably the best option, unless I was to magically build a cylindrical gravity generator from scratch, which I'm not going to do. Um, but yeah, no, this was not a success, and I just wanted to make a note of how it was not a success. But it was really cool to build the rings. I probably should have recorded a video for that. But yeah, I think the next version of this would be to just put one on each deck. I can't. No, you can't do that either, can you? Because they would be then they wouldn't line up. But no, probably put just one. Oh God, yeah, align these to the deck basically. In fact, I could do that now in this video. I could do that right now. It's not difficult. I just tell the rotors to lock at a reasonably sensible point. It's probably still going to be horrendous. What I'm hoping is that the jaggediness lines up with the angles on the deck plating, and that would feel slightly less unnatural. But I mean, lower limit and upper limit, and then I just set it to spinning until it stops doing that. Oh, I'll go in the opposite direction. Oh, if I just set it to 0, same with this one. So they're now presumably aligned with the grid. Current angle 195%, that is not aligned. Oh well. If I'll just let it spin until it is aligned. Oh, good old clunking noise, but they are indeed aligned. So turn off the spin because we don't need it. Is this now aligned with the deck? No, it's not. Not even slightly. Okay, well, why? But that, I did technically solve the thing I was setting out to solve, which was no longitudinal jank, but just jank in every other direction. I need to turn on the debug gravity fields. Let's do that. That is a lot of fields, isn't it? You know, I could just. I'm going to save this. And now I'm going to just delete one of these rings because I obviously don't need both. So is this going to reduce the number of points? I mean, kind of. But it still looks and feels like it's falling in between. Maybe it's the width. But the width is something that. No, I think I do need to tune the width. I think that is actually the thing I need to do. Tuning the width. And I'm going to turn down the depth as oh god, right. I'm going to put another one of these facing direction that I can see them. This was going to be a demo video and now it's just turned into a building video. Whatevs. I don't care. So grab all the remaining gravity generators. Turn down the depth so we're outside of it. What does that look like? Is that easy to see? Kinda. Kinda. Anyway. Grab all the fields and turn down their width. All sorts of freaky effects. I am struggling to parse what is going on. You know, I think whatever's going on is actually what I want. So I'm going to keep trying that. Oh, the depth is fine. The height is a thing. They need to reach the depth, so I should go about there so I can see. And then if I just do that, I can see the center of each one. There's lots of empty areas now, but there is indeed one aligned on each plane. So if I, so right, I mean, yeah, I'm starting to understand the geometry of this now. What have we got here then? We've got 2.5 meters, 2.5 meters, 2.5 meters, 7.5 meters. So on the side, that would be 3.75, wouldn't it? If that's how this works. Oh no, yeah, let's just do 7.5. Yeah, that's aligned in the widths. So now I just need to make it the right height, which I could eyeball or I could look at it. So from there, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, it's 3 down with 1 in the middle, so that's 6 plus 1 is 7. 7 times 7.5 is a number that I can't calculate in my head. So let's use the old calculator. 7 times 7.5 is 52.5 meters. That's the height we want it to be. 52.5 meters in height. 52.5. So that's not exactly what I wanted, but so those are perfectly fine, but these are not. Oh, because this is, a diagonal and shit. Yeah, this surface is not the same width as this surface because, I mean, I don't know what to call this one, but this is a diagonal, so this is going to be the hypotenuse, right? Oh, fuck, that's not. Oh, excuse me, language. Anyway, it's something to do with that, so I'm just gonna guesstimate that. Gonna eyeball it, which I would have to do anyway. So call that 10. Bit of an overlap there, and this is gonna be yeah. And then the next deck up is gonna have worse problems because as you can see from this patterning, oh, uh, the the amount of overlap increases as you get closer and closer to the hub. So this isn't going to work for that. It's not going to avoid all of the weirdness, let's say, because this is only the outermost deck. It's sort of like there's less weirdness, sort of, but there's also not less weirdness. Okay, well, I tried. That'll do. Signing off here.